Welcome in, everybody, to the Casual Sports Podcast, Mike and Matt edition. It's Monday. How you doing there, Mike? You have a good
What's
weekend?
Up? Yeah, I did. At least the sun's out today.
Yeah, the sun is out today. It's shining.
Good day to be a Cavs fan.
Yeah, good to whatever it takes.
Yep.
I put the head back on of my snowman, and I put a Cavs hat on it.
Well, so
what a win that was last night.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're gonna talk about that a little later, but what a win that was last night. We'll skip through some games so we can talk Cavs because they were down by 20 points, and that's just phenomenal. But I'm gonna give a little bit of a high school preview here to first start out here. But we'll first start out champion. Alek has champion at Liberty tonight for the MVAC grade title. They win it. They win the title with a win and a Liberty loss, it looks like it. Well, that's for girls basketball. So Alek's going to be there tonight. So if you have any plans tonight, tune into that. It's actually joining audio. Alek, can I give a little rundown real quick?
Yeah, just real quick here. Liberty will win the MVAC grade tier if they beat Champion tonight. If Liberty loses tonight, Champion and Liberty split the MVAC grade title.
All right. Well, it should
That's
be a pretty interesting game.
Have a good show.
All right. We'll see you. Alek is currently going to class right now, but he's still producing, so he'll still be involved with the show. That's every Monday and Wednesday. It'll be myself and Mike here. But
the two best days.
Yeah, two best days. But let's give my own high school preview. I got Brookfield Warriors. This is girls basketball. Brookfield Warriors 12-5 taking on Garfield. The G men or G women here in this case, but they're actually really good though. 13-6, so it should be a pretty good matchup here tonight. Look to see Sophia Hook and Audrey Reardon go off, and potentially Anna Reichert, and maybe get some more playing time for Katie Logan. Those are your two players that are really good in the paint. So hopefully we see a lot from them tonight. But just this past Saturday, I called the boys. They beat Maplewood pretty handfully. So hopefully they can get some more wins. I'll be calling them a couple of times this week. I got games every week, every day this week. So
they're coming.
But it should be a pretty good game. But if you have nothing to do and you don't want to listen to Alek and you want to listen to me, tune in on YSN at 7 o'clock. But that should be pretty good. But, Mike, let's get into some Pro Bowl here. I didn't watch this game. I
had it on. I mean, I was doing some homework, and I had it on just to have something on. But
I didn't watch any of it.
It's just – I don't know. My dad said the point total was over 60. I think they shattered that in the first quarter.
It was 41-35 AFC won.
Yeah, so anybody had that, they were happy. But, no, it's just an all-star game. I had it on just to have something on. There was really no guys going hard. I think Micah Parsons is the only guy trying, though. He even said, I want to be like Lawrence Taylor in this game. And so that was kind of fun. How
about Diggs versus Diggs?
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun. Cool. Not a lot of people know that they're brothers. Well, they sure do now.
It's not too hard to figure out. They look alike.
No.
They have the same name.
No.
I mean.
Same name, yeah.
But that was cool. Yeah, that was definitely cool. But
that'd be cool to see them in a matchup in a real game now. That would be sweet to see that. Bill's got to play the Cowboys or something. But,
I mean, I think, though, with the Pro Bowl, you're at a spot where I think it's better to watch the skills competition than the actual game. I think that's where people were watching more of it. People were watching quarterback challenge, accuracy stuff and the dodgeball stuff. So I think that was probably the best part of the whole Pro Bowl stuff because the game sucks. I mean, let's be honest, nobody.
Yeah,
like I said, I had it on, but I forgot I was even on that day. So.
Yeah, my dad was watching NASCAR anyway, so it wouldn't have been on. That was a cool race yesterday. They were at the Coliseum. Just want to touch on that just for a second.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. I mean, the Rose Bowls played there at the Coliseum, and have a NASCAR race there. Literally, a month ago, more or less a month ago, Ohio State was playing Utah in the Rose Bowl there, and then literally a month later. Oh, never mind. Rose Bowl's not the Coliseum.
I mean, the Rams used to play there.
Rams used to play there, though. Rams used to play there.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, pretty fantastic to have. I mean, it was a small track, but, I mean, 1 second it was 7 laps to go, and I went real quick to check something, came back, and there was 1 lap to go. I'm like, what the heck? So that's pretty cool. But the Daytona 500 coming up real soon. I'm sure we'll talk about that. But is the Rose Bowl played at
Pasadena?
Oh, okay. UCLA home stadium. My bad. But the Pro Bowl, though, I mean, we got some of our. I mean, a bunch of Steelers are in it. I mean, Deontay Johnson was playing. Najee Harris was playing. Harris had 15 yards, only 2 behind Nick Chubb, who had the most, 17. They didn't run a whole lot. You know, you saw a lot from Mac Jones and
a lot of rookies in this game.
Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. But I mean, it's pretty cool to see some of the rookies get some playing time. You know, Harris. You know, this is the first really good year that Johnson has had.
Yeah.
I mean, last year he was a rookie, and now he's in his second year. So it's cool to see that. But that's all I got. I mean,
you know, probably my favorite part of the Pro Bowl. This is kind of a dumb thing, but it's probably just like I you know, they all have the same uniforms on, but I like seeing the different helmets. I like how they let their teams let them wear their own helmets. It's cool because you can see all different helmets. And
I've got some cool. I mean, I know I get a Troy Polamalu. My dad has a Troy Polamalu Pro Bowl jersey, and it's I mean, it's different. It's red and white, but it's Troy Polamalu when he was in the Rose Bowl. Some of those uniforms going back to the 90s are like really cool to
they're
see.
kind of weird the last few years.
Yeah,
but no, that's probably my favorite part. I guess. I mean, if that makes any sense, it's just cool to see different helmets. Like it's like, you know, you see a couple Cowboy helmets, like, oh, those are my guys and stuff, and Steeler helmets.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Browns.
Teams change all the time too.
I thought it was funny that a lot of people were giving credit to Myles Garrett for getting that interception and running it in. You know, getting the ball was tipped by TJ Watt, who made the play, and Garrett was just standing there like, oh, I got it. And he took all the credit for it.
Yeah,
that was TJ Watt.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding? Yeah, he was like, yeah, go Browns. Like, who made the play? Who made that happen?
Go Browns, get out of here.
TJ Watt. God, the Browns.
TJ's a baller.
He's a baller. He's Defensive Player of the Year. And there's no question about it. But that's all I got on the Pro Bowl here, Mike, if you want to just jump right on into college basketball.
Let's get it.
Let's do it. I picked some different games. You know, I picked the one game that's a big contender tonight. You know, Kansas versus Texas. This one should be pretty good. Kansas has had that huge win a couple days ago. Oh, wait, 1 second. Against Baylor. So, I mean, that was a huge one. And, you know, they beat Baylor pretty good too, 83-59.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty big.
I mean, Texas has been doing good too. Big wins against, you know, Iowa State and Tennessee in their last 5. TCU in there too. They lost to Texas Tech, but I mean, Texas Tech has been a thorn in a lot of people's, you know, rear ends. You know, they're just
a solid team. I mean,
yeah, they are. They can make a solid run too. But this game, I mean, you can't take Texas for granted. I know I've said some stuff about them, but like, I don't think they're a solid team. But, I mean, they're a couple pieces away from it. And, you know, some of these young players that they have are going to show flashes. And they're going to get some big wins. So, Kansas, I mean, I'm picking Kansas in this game. They're solid. They have it all. They have it going, you know. But they can't take them lightly at all. They can't, you know, let off the gas. They have to go and do what they did against Baylor. And that's another thing. They just beat the defending champs. Don't take that to your heads, okay? You still got to play these games. You know, a lot of that has happened. You know, some players even admit it. They're like, hey, we didn't even take it seriously, and we should have. But what do you got here? I know you like Texas, but I know you like Kansas too. So,
I mean, yeah, it's, you know, Texas has the, you know, thing going for them of playing at home in this game, which it doesn't always matter, but at least you can have the comfort of being on your own floor with your own fans. So that's good in these big time matchups. But, you know, they're 6-4 in conference. Kansas is 8-1. So they're about 2-3 games, 4 games behind them. And this is 17-6 record team, Texas. So, you know, they definitely have what it takes to win this game. But I think Kansas is playing better basketball right now. And I think, you know, they just manhandled Baylor. It wasn't even close. And that's a team at the beginning of the year. That's the team beginning of the year. We were thinking like, hey, it's just them right now and everybody else. And they were 15-0. They struggled since then. And they came in there and it was never close. So I think this one could be closer than that. I think Texas might be playing better, but we'll see. I'm picking Kansas, but I like Texas.
Yeah, I gotta go Kansas here too. And you want to write these down?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Or
but
Kansas.
Yeah, we both got Kansas here, but it should be pretty good. I like the way Kansas is really forming. They're one of those teams, Mike, that you're just gonna be like, hey, if they're here in the end, I mean, we won't be too surprised.
Yeah,
because you know how good they are. They've beaten good teams. You saw what they just did to Baylor. They only have 3 losses. That Kentucky loss, that's the game where they let off a little bit.
Yeah.
And, they had some tough games before that. They had Texas Tech, Oklahoma was in there too. I mean, they had a tough stretch, and to lose just that one game to Texas Tech, like, hey, or to Kentucky, they're like, I mean, that's not too bad. And
yeah. So,
I mean, I'm sure they'll meet up with Kentucky again come tournament play or whatever. But they have some tough games coming up too. They got Oklahoma next after Texas. West Virginia's in there too. Then they have Baylor again. And Texas again. So plus that TCU back to back. And TCU's 15-5. They're not a bad team.
They're not that good in conference though. They're 500.
Yeah, they're not too
good.
But
15-5, yes. Yeah.
That's not too bad at all. But let's go ahead and move on here. We're both picking Kansas. Let's move on to this game. This game is kind of interesting. Both of these teams, more Richmond than George Mason, but Richmond could be a potential ghost team. The Richmond Spiders. They're taking on. I mean, the George Mason Patriots are actually pretty good too. Huh?
This game tonight.
Yeah.
Where the heck is it?
I don't know. I found it. I saw this game. I'm like, hey, this is an interesting game. So I picked it.
Who are they playing?
George Mason versus Richmond. Did you find it?
All right. What's your reason for picking this game? I want to hear it.
It's my reason to pick this game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I saw George Mason. What was that game? They just lost a nail biter the other day. I forget who it was to. Somebody made a fantastic shot and they lost. I'm like, oh man. So I started looking into them, and they made a huge run back in like 2004 or something. George Mason, and they're 11-9.
St. Louis?
They're not. What's up?
Was it St. Louis? They lost by 2 to St. Louis. Maybe that was it.
Yeah, I think that was St. Louis.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just happened. I was just watching top 10 plays this morning on ESPN, and it was one of the plays. But they're 11-9. That's not a bad record, but it could be better. But they're gonna, and the next 2 games are against Richmond too. So, and they also got Fordham on here and Davidson. Fordham is where YSU's Darius Quisenberry went. So
yeah,
the things he did at YSU, he had to be contributing a little bit, but they're not too good. Fordham's 10-11 right now, but they're gonna have to deal with him either way. We saw how a threat he is when he was at YSU, so they'll have to deal with that. And Richmond, though, on the other hand, they have a potential to make a little run. They beat St. Bonaventure. I like the St. Bonaventure win that they had. They're 15-8, like I just said. One second, my page is loading. This is what I get for Kinsman Internet.
No, 15-8, you're good.
They're 15-8.
Yeah.
But they're pretty good. They made some runs before Richmond. I like what they've done. They have good wins against Toledo. They have wins against Toledo, and they beat. They also beat that St. Louis team that they just lost to. But Darius Quisenberry averaging 17.7 points per game. He's still living it up, and he's in New York City too. That's where Fordham is.
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool. But I like the one against Rhode Island too, as well as St. Bonaventure. The Bonnies are going off, so that was a good one there. And Quisenberry knows how to play top components. That's where he usually goes off.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they have close losses against good teams. Or
they
like
have big
not good teams, but like teams that are better than them, like NC State, Utah State. I mean, they didn't get blown out in any of those non-conference games.
Yeah, but Fordham, I mean, not too bad wins against Duquesne. I mean, they barely lost to Dayton, and, they lost by 3 to Davidson. They kept in with Davidson, and how a lot of people are talking about Davidson making a run. I know Alek likes Davidson.
Yeah.
So maybe keep an eye on them. They might not make the tournament. They'd have to win their division or something to make it. But that'd be cool, to see somebody like that. Then, Naz Bohannon is on Clemson, and they might make it somehow, some way. And he's actually becoming a great sixth man there. I've looked up some stuff of his. But let's go back to this game, though, Mike. This should be a pretty good game. Who are you picking here, Richmond or
I feel like you're going to pick Richmond, so I'm going to go George Mason.
You're going to go George Mason? I got to go Richmond. I do.
Oh, okay, good.
George Mason's cool, though. I mean, they have a lot of history of, doing all right. They made that huge run back in 2004 in the March Madness tournament.
Yeah.
So, they're a small school, and it's cool to see them do good. 11-9, they still have a couple games left to get that record up, and they might make another run. You never know. But teams like Richmond and who was the other one? Davidson, and, St. Bonaventure's in their same division, too. So, they're going to have to kind of go through them to, win the division and then get in the tournament. But that should be a pretty interesting game. But, Mike, I know who we're picking in here, but we haven't talked about Penn State basketball too much.
And we haven't a huge reason to, but
they're playing Michigan.
They're playing tough, okay?
They're playing tough. This game is evenly matched. Michigan's 11-9, Penn State's 9-10.
I know, but are you confident?
This isn't
no. Because I'm not being doubtful.
State too.
It'll be a fun one. I'm not being doubtful at all, but I'm just saying, this game maybe on paper is better for them, but it's Wisconsin. They just played Saturday. How many close games are we going to lose? It's just all these big time teams we're playing, like Wisconsin and Ohio State, and
we're keeping it in with all these
Purdue.
teams.
It's we're there till the end, but then it's just good teams pull away. I mean, that's just what you do. But it's just you just like to see them get one of them.
It's going to happen, certainly. Yeah, the second hardest strength of schedule nationally.
Yeah.
Bama has the hardest. They have a strong schedule. But
things are going to get better. I like the coach we have. I like,
Yeah, I think he's a cool guy.
doing better at recruiting, but
I like their young.
His first year.
Seth Lundy is good, and I like Harar too. But they need to get another. They need to get another Tony Carr and Lamar Stevens.
Tony Carr was sweet.
Tony Carr was sweet.
I liked
those
him.
Half courts.
Yeah.
That one year they beat Ohio State 3 times, including in the Big Ten tournament. I was going off. The one was a half court shot buzzer beater by Tony Carr.
Yeah, and they had Ohio State. I remember that it was a couple years ago, wasn't it? Yeah, because Ohio State had just made a shot, and it's I think it was. I don't know if it was tied or if they took the lead, but he just threw up a half quarter and went in. It might have been 3/4 court.
Yeah, it was
maybe
it was a long shot. It was a long shot.
Yeah, I liked him, but they need to get some more scoring, obviously, because they have some shooters, but it's they're streaky, and I see this a lot when they kind of lose games or don't fall behind in games. It's they have shooters, but some nights they're just off. I think they need to get guys that can create their own shots and try to beat guys off the dribble because they don't really have that. They have good big guys.
They're more of a football school, if anything. It'd be cool.
They're building it up though, man.
Basketball. Yeah. They had that one year, Mike. They were gonna make March Madness. They were gonna make it. They were ranked. And this COVID-19 happened, and I'm like, "Watch, we'll never make it again. We'll never be good enough to make it again." We had that one shot.
Again, but
it's gonna be a long time. Probably
that was the best chance that you felt confident in it because they had all those big wins.
A couple of games too. I was so mad. That's the main reason why I was upset about that being canceled.
That's what it's like being a Penn State sports fan.
Yeah, I know.
You get let down a lot. So
I know, but oh well, it happens. And everybody left after that.
Somebody's day will come.
Left. Wheeler left. Went to Ohio State. A traitor.
Yeah.
He's doing actually pretty good.
He is doing good. That's probably a good fit for him.
The one other guy left too. What was his name? He's doing really good at Iowa State now.
It wasn't Brockington, was it?
Yeah, it was Brockington.
Was it?
Brockington left. Yep.
What are you gonna do? You gotta fill him in.
Nothing.
But yeah, this game's kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm picking Penn State, obviously, and I know you are too. I
don't have anything on my desk to show. I mean, I have the hockey puck, but I don't have Penn State stuff out. But yeah, you know
I know who you're picking. But Penn State, they have some tough games after this. I mean, Minnesota's no slouch, and they got to play Michigan State again.
Yeah.
Then Minnesota again. So, I mean, that's tough. That's really tough.
It's a tough schedule.
So,
and
we'll see.
Again,
yeah, we'll see.
You're looking at you're talking about the Big Ten, dude. It's hard.
It's hard. They get wins against Indiana. They barely lose to Purdue. They barely lose to Ohio State. They barely lose. I mean, Indiana got them pretty good.
They barely
lose to Wisconsin
on Saturday.
They barely lost a couple of these games.
I think that was on the road, right? Saturday.
Yeah.
See, and they kept it close. They see. I mean, they keep
things
close, but they just can't finish.
They gotta find ways to pull stuff out.
Yeah.
Earlier in the year, they barely lost to LSU too. So we'll see what happens. Yeah,
Maybe
that would
NIT,
be
that'd be
cool.
Cool.
That would, the NIT. Yeah, I remember that one year they didn't make the tournament, then they won the whole NIT. I remember that.
And then the next year was that year that they would have got in.
Yeah, that they would have got in. I remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
But it should be pretty good. But let's go ahead and move on here. Let's move out of college basketball. Let's talk some NBA. Let's talk All-Star game here first.
Yeah, let's do it. It's an hour away
major
from us.
Major stuff. Jarrett Allen was a major snub.
Okay, let me ask you this, though. Who are you going to take out?
Who am I going to take out?
Of the reserves, who would you take out? Because I think he should be an all-star, but I'm kind of struggling with who I think he should be in over.
Fred VanVleet's really good, but
he deserves it.
Jason Tatum.
He deserves it. Wait, who are the reserves? Read them out.
I got it right here. Chris Middleton, Zach LaVine, James Harden, Darius is a reserve, and Jimmy Butler is a reserve.
I'd probably take Jimmy out because he's missed a lot of games this year. He's missed a lot this year.
Yeah, he has missed.
And right now, he's probably not even the best player. I think probably Tyler Hero's the best player right now.
Yeah, and he didn't even make it. He's
about to win Sixth Man of the Year.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
No, Kevin Love.
Kevin Love should. I know, but I will see. They're battling out in the standings. Standings matter.
We'll see. Yeah, absolutely, they matter. And I like how they got Eric Spoelstra to coach this team. And,
is that official?
Yeah. Eric Spoelstra will be the coach.
Because they were talking about.
I think Bickerstaff, he's going to be involved or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they'll probably throw him on the staff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but Monty Williams, the Suns head coach, is going to be the coach of the West.
He should be.
Yeah, but let's go and run down here. I said the reserves for Team Durant. That's the East, but the reserves for the West. We'll go reserves first, then we'll name our starters. But Karl Anthony Towns having a great year. He's the only reason. I mean, there's a couple players with Minnesota. I mean, I like D'Angelo Russell and, of course, Anthony Edwards. But and there's another one that honestly could have made it. Anthony Edwards could have honestly made it. He's doing really good. But Chris Paul, I mean, obviously Donovan Mitchell, Draymond Green, who, in my opinion, should be Defensive Player of the Year. Draymond Green.
He might not play, though. I think he's hurt.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert, Luka Doncic, and then Devin Booker. Those are your reserves. And that right there is bullcrap because Devin Booker should be starting, not Andrew Wiggins.
Okay, they should either have one of those two guys starting from the Suns. This team is 42-10, I think they are 41-10,
and nobody's starting.
And they don't have a guy starting.
Paul and Booker,
I don't really care which one it is, but they should have at least one of them starting.
Who would you replace? I mean, obviously you wouldn't replace Stephen Curry or LeBron.
Probably Wiggins. It's no shot at Wiggins. I think
Wiggins
had a great year.
And maybe Jokic.
I don't want to sit here and act like Wiggins doesn't deserve it because he's had a great year. I'm not going to deny that, but it's
John Morant too. John Morant deserves it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But you're on a team, like I said, with Phoenix.
Grizzlies are a heck of a team.
Yeah, I think they're like third right now.
Yeah, they're third. They're right there. They're strong. They're a strong team.
See, these all-star things are hard, and it's just tough trying to like I always say. If you're going to say somebody's snubbed or they should be starting over somebody else, who you can replace him with. You got to back it up.
Devin Booker is averaging 25.2 points per game, 4.3 assists per game, and 5.4 rebounds per game. That's way better than Wiggins. Wiggins is 18.2 points per game, 2.1 assists per game, and then 4.3 rebounds per game. There's his stats right there. They're better.
Yeah. I mean, fans vote, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
But no, again, that's my argument. Is Phoenix?
Yeah, Jokic is
42 and 10.
Too.
They're the best team in basketball, and they don't have a guy starting.
Yeah, that's kind of a joke right there. But on the East side, I mean, Trae Young, I mean, he's keeping Atlanta alive. So I
don't know if he should be starting, to be honest.
I don't know. I don't know if he should be starting, but he should definitely. I mean, he made the All-Star team, which is good because he definitely deserves it.
Yes.
But Joel Embiid is there, and there's another one.
Keep talking.
Embiid is really. I mean, that's all the Sixers have. He's been going 100% every game because Ben Simmons wants to be butthurt about something and won't play. So
hey, you know what? They're benefiting from it.
They're benefiting from it. I think they should get rid of they should cut ties, trade him or something, get something for him. Obviously, Kevin Durant was going to make it. DeMar DeRozan, man, resurgence.
He definitely deserves it.
Oh, yes, and then of course Giannis, but and your captains are Kevin Durant and LeBron James, of course. I don't think you'll ever see LeBron James be a reserve. I think he'll always be a starter. I think that's always a given. I mean, he's still putting up numbers. He's still putting up the numbers. 26 points per game, 6.3 assists, 5.4 rebounds per game. I mean, he's still putting it up. 18-time All-Star, and he's 36. So, yeah, I mean, you kind of have to when he's still putting up those numbers. But it should be pretty good. Darius Garland, of course, is one of the reserves.
Yeah.
That's good. At least we got one because it's in Cleveland. I mean, it's the first. When was the last time we had an All-Star player?
97, they said.
Besides LeBron James?
I thought you said last time it was in Cleveland. Yeah. Well, no, I think the last year LeBron was there, but Kevin Love made it that year too.
I think Kevin Love made it one year, yeah.
That same year. They haven't had one since 2018, they said. But yeah, Love was an All-Star year. He just didn't play because I think he was hurt.
Yeah. But
that's the last time, yeah.
It should be pretty cool. It's in Cleveland.
Rising Stars too, dude. They got Okoro and Mobley.
Yeah, they have a bunch in the Rising Stars.
That might be
Okoro, Mobley. I think it's just those guys.
It might be, yeah.
1 second, I'll look it up.
I'm definitely. I would like to watch that because see those two guys. There's a bunch of young freaks in that game.
Oh yeah, freaks.
I'm serious. There's some like some of these guys they're in their second year. They're already superstars.
Very much so. John Morant is definitely.
Yeah.
He's a freak.
Well, no, I don't think he's in that. I think he's in his third year.
He's not in the Rising Stars. He's in the lineup. He's in the All-Star game lineup.
No, I'm talking about the Rising Stars.
Oh, yeah. But that's February 18th. I'm looking at the rosters right here. But half an hour, so we're steaming through here.
Yeah.
But let's see. I got it right here. Looking. We got Team Rick Barry. So that's Evan Mobley.
What the heck?
Yeah, I guess it says Team Rick Barry and there's Team Gary Payton.
Oh,
but on Team Rick Barry is Evan Mobley, Isaac Okoro, Cade Cunningham. What's that? Mo Williams was the last Cleveland All-Star not named LeBron, Kyrie, or K-Love. And that was in 08 and 09. Wow.
Yeah, and I think before him it was Z.
Yeah, that's pretty close. But we got Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham, who's, I mean, he's going to be something here. Yeah. Franz Wagner, who's turning it up with Orlando. Deshaun Tate with the Rockets. Okoro. That's a name. Alperen Sengun with the Rockets. Then you got Dyson Daniels, who's actually with the NBA G League Ignite.
Yeah, he got thrown in.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I like how they're doing that.
Then you on Team Gary Payton, yep, All-Star in 03 and 04. But on Team Gary Payton, you have LaMelo Ball, Scotty Barnes right there, and the Raptors are actually now a 7 seed now. Or they jumped up.
Well, I think I saw today they're 6th.
Yeah, they're 6th. Yeah, they're 6th now. Who'd they pass up? Brooklyn?
They passed Brooklyn because they lost like 8 in a row. They're stinking it up.
Yeah. So look out for Toronto. Jaden McDaniels with the Timberwolves. This dude, Ayo Dosunmu. Oh my gosh. With the Bulls.
He's big
this
time
dude
for the
went
Bulls.
off against the Cavs. I'm like, man, they can't stop him. He's just shooting and shooting. His shots always went down, and DeRozan's shots always went down. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And then Chris Duarte with the Pacers, and Duarte is going to be the leader of the Pacers here soon. I mean, they're emptying house. They just traded, of course, Karis LeVert to us, which is huge.
Got
that's funny. They traded him. He was on the plane ride to Cleveland to face us. 90 minutes before the game, and he got traded to us. So,
yeah, he was actually in the arena. Then he walks in there like, "Oh, you just got traded to the team we're playing."
He's like, to who? Oh, the Cavs.
So I think they said they sent him back to the hotel, and he's just waiting to get ready.
They just sent him back to the hotel.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder how that works. And he just doesn't get on the plane ride back.
Well, I mean, he can't be with. Well, he's going to stay there, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they play home Wednesday, so they don't
leave
till then.
They play the Pacers again real soon.
Yeah, in Indy too.
In Indiana. Oh man. That's weird. Yeah. That's really.
I mean, I think I saw today. I was reading an article about it. He played like.
Yeah. It would have been great if it was mid game. It would have
been because you've seen that how many times. Sweet. Somebody said that on Twitter too, but I saw it. Yeah. One article I was reading today about the trade, and they were like, he had a short stint in Indy, and he played like 70 games because like last year, remember he had that.
Yeah. He was mostly issue. Brooklyn. He was involved in the huge James Harden trade that sent Jared Allen to the Cavs.
Okay, I know we have other stuff to get into. We should talk about it now. I guess I'll just say it. How much good do the Cavs look after the James Harden trade? We got Jared Allen and we got Karis LeVert out of that.
Yeah, Allen and LeVert also.
We get those two guys. We snuck in that trade for pretty much no reason, just to get in it. You get Jared Allen out of it. Half a season later, you get Karis LeVert. Now James Harden's thinking he wants out of Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Cavs are winners of that trade by a mile. It's not even close.
Yeah, it's not even close.
They robbed them.
Not even close. But it should be pretty cool. This Rising Stars game, bunch of Cavs. So
the whole weekend's gonna be fun.
Yeah, very much so. But let's go ahead and do some NBA games here. This game is gonna be sweet. Suns versus Bulls. Ooh. These are like the top 2 teams of the East and the West here. So, yeah. But listen here, sad to see Ricky Rubio gone, but listen to this. His contract is expiring. They picked up his expiring contract, and he could possibly sign back with Cleveland after his contract expires.
And he probably will. I think he likes where he was at there.
I think so. I mean, he's not going to play for the Indiana at all. He's hurt.
No. I mean, he can't. Yeah, he tore his ACL.
I don't think I've ever seen that happen too much. A player traded when they're hurt. Like, how would they go for – I think they mostly did it for draft picks, honestly.
You know what this reminds me of, though? People talk about, they traded him away. They'd like to get him back at some point. You remember when they traded Z for Antoine Jameson? Then, like, a week later, they got Z back. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
You trade somebody, and they don't want him, and then you just get him right back.
Yeah.
Because I would love to have Rubio back.
That'd be sweet. That'd be sweet to have him back. But let's talk Suns versus Bulls. You said Suns best team in the West, 42-10.
Yeah.
42-10. They won 11 in a row. I think it was 11 or 12 before finally losing. And then the Bulls are just as good too, but it's tightening up over there at the East. I mean, the Cavs are just a game away from first.
Milwaukee's starting to heat up again.
Yeah, Milwaukee's starting to heat up again, but we'll see what happens. I mean, we beat Milwaukee too without 2 of our main guys.
Yeah.
They had everybody, and we had Dean. Markkanen wasn't playing, and then Allen didn't play either. Markkanen definitely didn't play.
He might have played.
Something like that, but this should be a pretty good game here. The Bulls have a lot of people out. Lonzo Ball is day-to-day. Zach LaVine is day-to-day. Or Lonzo Ball is actually out, but LaVine and Kobe White are day-to-day. Patrick Williams is also out. So a couple guys out here. We need those. They need those guys to, come in and put up a full force against Phoenix. If they have those guys, I'd probably be going Bulls here, honestly. But I guess stick with the Suns here. They're dominant.
I'm trying to see if Phoenix has anybody out.
They do. They have Nader out and they have Shamet out. injuries.
Cameron Payne too.
Cameron Payne as well.
Yeah.
But this should be pretty good for them. They have, their players are just, even without Chris Paul or Devin Booker, if those guys are out, they still have a solid team. I like what JaVale McGee is bringing to this table. And who's that other guy? I got to look. 1 second. I think it's Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson?
Yeah, he's turned himself into a good spot-up shooter for them.
That dude can shoot.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool watching this game. That game's, I think it's tonight. Yeah, that game's on tonight. It should be a pretty good game. I might actually watch it, but
we'll see, be good because it's you got to keep pay attention before tip-off because Derrick Jones Jr., Zach LaVine, and Kobe White, like you said, are all game-time decisions, so there's a possibility they could play. But if they don't, you can't count on that right now. Like I said, it's 50-50, but you got to go with Phoenix because they have best team right now in basketball, and they have their guys. They have Booker and Chris Paul playing in this game. So Booker,
Chris Paul, you throw McGee in there. Bridges is great. Cameron Johnson, like I said. Oh, and DeAndre Ayton as well.
Yeah, they got all the guys. So
they have all their guys.
Chicago's deep too. So if some of these guys don't play, I think it'll be a close game regardless. But I gotta go with Phoenix to pull it out because they're on a roll right now, and they know how to pull off these games in close games. Obviously, I've only watched 10 of them this year, so they got their guys. So I'm going Phoenix.
I gotta go Phoenix here too. But another guy that Phoenix has, Bismack Biyombo. Do you remember this dude?
Yep.
He played for Toronto, I believe.
Yep.
Yes, he did, and he was a real pain in the Cavs' butt for a little.
I liked him though.
Got him. Yeah. Oh yeah. We still beat them, but he was a real pain, and he's a good player. He's a good defensive player. Like he got up to LeBron's sleeve and was messing him up. So. But that's cool that they have him. He's still 29 years old, so he's still young.
Yeah.
But that's good that they have him too. But they have a loaded roster. It's loaded. Jay Crowder is on this roster too. And he can still shoot.
It's loaded. I like the guy.
They have Elfrid Payton too. They have all these point guards. So I like how Cameron Payne is formed. I really liked him with OKC, and after they traded him, that's a shame what happened to OKC too. They had the team. They really had the team. But
but I'm excited to see what they can do with all of these draft picks because they have more than anybody in the league.
Yeah, me too.
It's gonna take a while, but it'll be fun.
It's gonna take a while, but we'll see what happens. Let's move on. Next game here. This one should be interesting too. You got the Miami Heat versus the Washington Wizards.
Yeah.
This one, Wizards hanging around 4 games under 500. The Heat currently, what are they, second or? They're somewhere.
Second,
they're second in the standings. So
they might be first.
I'm looking right now, but either way, they're up there pretty close. They're in the top.
No, they're number 1. Chicago's 2.
They're number 1. Yeah, they're number 1. Bulls are 2. Bucks are 3, and the Cavs are 4. We're 1 game out. Bulls and Bucks are half a game out, then the Cavs are 1 out.
We talk about all the time with the Cavs how many injuries they've had, and they've
they still found ways.
How about Miami?
Rondo's unbelievable. Unbelievable. My dad and I were talking about this last night. Like he's like, wow, he's really fitting in here. Like he never fit in with the Lakers. It was horrible there for him. Yeah, I'm sure he's really happy
the thing
now.
Is,
he's with a young team and they're talented. He's 35, but he's got experience, and you could probably teach some of these players too. They're all in their 20s, most of them. Besides Kevin Love.
The only thing with him, the only thing with Rondo, I'd like to see a little bit more production, maybe offensively. But his just having him on the court is good enough for some of these young guys. But I was saying, that was Miami.
His passing ability is amazing. That pass he had last night to Dean Wade, and Dean Wade dunked it. Honestly, I think the pass was way better than the dunk.
Oh, half the time it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a setup, but. Like I was saying, though, they've had a bunch of injuries and they've stayed in it. That's the same thing with Miami, too, because like I said with Jimmy Butler, nothing against him at all. He's a great player, but, I don't know if he's an all-star this year because he's missed a lot of games. And they've had a lot of other guys out, too. I think Adebayo's missed a lot. I don't think Kyle Lowry's missed a lot. He's kind of been consistent, but, they've found ways with some of their guys out.
Tyler Herro's been there.
Yeah.
Who else they got? Don't they have Victor Oladipo in there, too?
Yeah, he's another guy. He's been in and out, too. Or I don't even know if he's played at all, really.
No, I don't think so. I'm looking. But it should be pretty good. I'm gonna go with Miami here. I like Miami. It's kind of. I mean, if the Cavs weren't around, I'd probably be a Heat fan. Honestly, I like the Heat. They're cool. You've been there. You've been to their game. You've
I
been
got
to
my basketball over here.
Yeah, I mean, I went
from the
towards
team
the
shop.
stadium.
Yeah.
So it was cool. I got a Heat shirt in there. It's not like it's like a picture of Dwayne Wade on the shirt, but I mean, I like this team. They're pretty good. They do have Victor Oladipo is out. Tyler Hero's day to day, but I think they still have a lot to come out and get this win tonight. So I got to go Heat over Wizards. Wizards though, they're forming. They need. I think they're better off without Russell Westbrook. They're still a contender, and I think that they'll get more guys eventually.
Well, my thing is when I'm looking at their injuries right now. Miami's, Tyler Hero, like you said, and Jimmy Butler, they're both game time decisions. But Markieff Morris is out till I think the middle of this month.
Yeah,
Victor Oladipo can come back at the end of the month. So they get some of these guys healthy. They might be my favorite to come out of the East.
Yeah,
because they're pretty loaded. I mean, I forgot they even had Oladipo until you said that.
Yeah,
and I forgot they even had Markieff Morris too. So I mean, they got some depth with that.
Morris, he's pretty good. So we'll see what happens. They're loaded. They're loaded. Yeah. Plus, they have Kyle Lowry. I mean, Hero. Dedmon is a heck of a player.
Yeah.
So this is sweet. I like what's going on here.
But Wizards kind of fell off. They got a very hot start too, and they've fallen off since then.
Yeah, they've fallen off a little bit, but it happens. But let's go ahead. Let's move on to let's go into hockey here.
Oh wait, I forgot to write down some of these picks.
Oh yeah, did you write some of these down?
I left off with George Mason.
Oh man,
George Mason.
I deleted the tabs. I don't even know.
All right, well I'll resume. We both picked Miami.
We both picked
Phoenix,
Miami. Yeah, we both picked the Suns in Miami. I think that. Oh, we both picked Penn State too.
Okay.
And then I picked Richmond. You picked George Mason.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
You wrote down the first one. You wrote down Kansas, right?
Yep.
All right. Those are all the games so far. So let's go into hockey now.
Come on, Mike. You got to pay attention.
Pay attention, Michael. Michael.
Get in the game. All right. What do we got?
Yeah. We got Hurricanes versus Maple Leafs. These teams are good. Hurricanes 31-9. Maple Leafs 29-10.
Oh, there's hockey on tonight?
Yeah, there's hockey on.
Sweet. By the way, did you watch the All-Star game?
Yeah, I watched a little bit.
I actually, for the first time in I think ever, I watched it.
I had to leave, but I saw Gensel's goal.
Yeah.
And Jari had some stops too. So it's too bad that Giroux guy assisted Gensel.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's a good player. But I don't like.
Yeah, I kind of watched it years past, but like not really.
Yeah, I watched some of the skills competitions. Those are cool.
I forgot that was on the other night, but
it's cool.
But no, the game. I actually watched the game for the first time. Like actually sat down and watched it for the first time ever. I think, and it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. But
back to this game.
Top players here: Austin Matthews with Toronto, heck of a player, and I mean Sebastian Aho is amazing with Carolina. Yeah. So these are your two main guys right here to look out for, and also with Toronto, Morgan Riley is a heck of a player too, good defenseman. So look out for these players. Yeah, these are the players to watch. So saying that, I'm gonna roll with Toronto, honestly. I think they can jump Carolina. I don't know. Carolina's really good.
It's just a tough game.
And that shows you how good the Metropolitan Division is because all those guys, I mean, they won it. They won the All-Star game. I'll
tell you what, though,
Matt. How many guys came out of there? All those good teams?
It might be the best in hockey.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's at least
the
at the top.
Division.
I mean, you see the way you saw the Penguins, how good they were playing for like, what, a month and a half? Yeah. And it took them how long to even get to second or third, whatever they were in. That's just how good it is. Because most divisions, you get there in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But, I mean, coming out of the All-Star break, this you can't ask for a better game, honestly.
No, not at all. Penguins better snap out. They get the Bruins tomorrow, so they've lost some games. Hopefully the All-Star break can give them a little rest, and they just revamp. So, but they need to start winning again.
Yeah.
But it should be a pretty good game here. Who are you picking?
You picked Toronto?
Yeah, I picked Toronto.
You know what? In a game this close, at least on paper and record-wise, I'm going to flip it and go Carolina. Why not?
Okay.
It's that close.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I guess we'll
even.
split it.
It is even.
So
we'll see.
we see it in the
So we'll see.
We see it in the Eastern Conference. I think I forget
I'm
their
mainly
standings,
picking
but they're up
Toronto
there,
because
dude.
it's in Toronto. That's why I'm mainly picking them.
Yeah,
it's in Toronto, so that's why. So, but
I was looking.
What?
They are Carolina's second in the East. So I mean,
they're pretty good.
It's a close game here.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, but let's talk. We got some little time. Let's talk a little bit more about hockey here. Teams to look out for so far. Obviously Pittsburgh is in there. Pretty much all the Carolina, all those teams right there in the Metropolitan. But Florida, Tampa Bay as well. But I think if you put Florida in the Metropolitan, I think the record's different. Honestly.
I think that's kind of obvious because again, you're adding another good team. They just beat up on each other.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. These are tough teams. Pittsburgh is in third. They're 2 points out of first still. They're still 2 points out of first. And they've lost 4 in a row.
And they've still really haven't lost ground.
They've had some overtime losses in there, and that's where they have to get better there because they have 8 overtime losses. Washington has 9. I think that's the worst.
Yeah, we can't win in overtime. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah. We're not a good overtime team. We're not. I think that's the worst. I think Anaheim Ducks have 9
and, it sucks because
that's the worst.
You lose an overtime game on last week against Washington, 4-3. Next night, I watched the very next night. Washington hosted Edmonton. They got killed. I know it was 5-3, but first period, they were getting killed, run off the ice. So
Edmonton's a good. There's another team, the Edmonton Oilers. They're pretty. They're not too bad, but 49 points. There's another division. That Pacific division is stacked.
Yeah,
you got Vegas, the Kings, Anaheim, and you throw the Flames in there too. There's some teams over there. They're all very close. There's like 4 teams within 3 points of each other. So, look out for it. Gotta look out for that.
Yeah, it's top heavy.
It should be, So look out for the Pacific, teams from the Pacific on the West, and then on the East, look out for Metropolitan. I think your Stanley Cup champion matchup is going to be from the Metropolitan and the Pacific. That's early right there.
On paper, looking at it,
yeah. I think Florida and Tampa Bay will choke early. Honestly, I think that's going to happen.
Florida might. I don't know if Tampa will.
Florida
between two, if I had to bet, I'd probably say Florida. Because Tampa Bay's done this last 2 years. I'm not saying they can't slip up, but it's like they know what it is playoff time.
They did slip up that one year.
But then they won 2 straight Stanley Cups after that.
Yeah.
So, but we'll if I had to bet, I'd go Florida to slip up. But I don't know. They're right now they're playing good, so give them credit.
Give them credit when credit is due. So yep. But final 10 minutes here. We talked a little bit of the Cavs. Let's go back here. I can get my beast of the week early, and we got about 8 minutes, so we can. So we can talk a little bit about it. But the beast of the week is definitely Jared Allen. This guy had 17 rebounds last night and 15 points.
And like I told you in the group chat, Friday against Charlotte, he had 29 points and 22 rebounds. That's
unbelievable.
That's a game.
That is unbelievable.
That is a game after he got snubbed in the All-Star game.
He's not an All-Star.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That because I think that was a Friday. Thursday they announced the reserves. He didn't get picked. Friday he comes out and drops a double-double with 20 and 20.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
The guy I watched him Monday. Especially in that first quarter, he had I think first 7 or 9 points.
Yeah,
he just come out ready.
Yeah, but they had some. Not that last night's game was unbelievable. Yeah. Our bench players. Kevin Love, and Osman and Rondo. Unbelievable. Rondo had 15 points. Osman had 22 off the bench, and then Love had 19 off the bench. That's unbelievable. Yeah. It's unbelievable. Goodwin, one of the starters, didn't even score. It was all the bench players. Okoro was a starter, 2 points. It was all the bench players.
When they get on runs like that, even when they're not good, when they get on runs like that, which is hard to do because that run they went on last night, they were down 20 at one point. and they come back and take the lead by 17. So that's
it was
a 37-point
all
turnaround.
and Love, and then Rondo in there too. That's who
Yeah.
got him back.
That's a 37-point turnaround, dude. That's tough.
They had 25 points in the third quarter, and then 37 points in the fourth.
Yeah.
After scoring just 12 points in the first, and then 24 in the second. Unbelievable.
But like I was saying,
you go from scoring 12 in the first and then 37 points.
I know. That's how bad it was. My dad was out and he was listening to it on the radio, and he was texting me. Obviously, he's like, they're just not playing good right now.
Yeah,
I was like, they still have Darius out. They're still struggling to find offense.
That's the thing. They didn't even have Darius.
But I told him, I was like, I don't know if they're going to win or not, but they're going to come back, because normally when they get down like that, they do come back. At least make it interesting. And they got on a run. Again, when they get on runs like that, which is hard, but when they get on runs like that, and that it's at home too, and they're making threes every time they go down, when that place gets loud, dude, it's fun. And even Kevin Love talked about it. I watched the post game. He was talking with Jetty, because them two guys were guys that went off. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's what I was saying last night. Everyone should be really happy the Cavs didn't listen to the fans. The past
I was one of them.
couple years, it wasn't just Osman, it was Love too. Trade Love, trade Osman.
I was one of them for both of those guys.
What they've been doing? What would you do if we would have traded them? We were one of the few
well,
ones.
you don't know. You don't predict the future. I mean, none of us knew that they were going to be. Nobody knew they were going to be fourth right now.
No.
But yeah, I was one of them.
Unbelievable. But good thing they didn't trade them.
But when you're a shooter like Jetty, he's obviously not going to be hitting every night. You're gonna have off nights. I mean, when he shoots as much as he does,
he's doing pretty good. This whole year, so he's been solid.
Yeah, I was one of them the last couple of years. I was one of them.
Yeah, I was one. At least with Osman, I wanted Kevin Love to stay though, because I like Kevin Love.
I did too, but I'm gonna admit it, and I told you. I don't know if I said it on the show, but I told you guys at least at some point. I was like, I would feel better going into this season if Love wasn't on the roster.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry I said it. I guess because he's kicking.
I think he's better as a bench player, and that's why they don't start him when a couple players are hurt.
Yeah,
they like him. I mean, he's played 32 minutes.
Because you know what? They finally got him. They sat him down. They got him in a role that he's accepted.
Yeah.
So don't.
He's comfortable
don't start him
with
if
the
there's
bench
injuries.
player.
He's fine there. And obviously they're starting Dean Wade over him right now.
Dean Wade, start Goodwin.
Yeah.
They could easily start Rondo and Love in those spots, but they keep him on the bench, and I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Be good at your role.
Yeah, stay with it. But it should be pretty exciting season. I mean, yeah, and Goodwin is very underrated. He had a heck of a game the other night, Mike. Goodwin, what was it?
All right, so here's the thing now. You got
what do you have, like 20 points?
Something like that, 20, 19, 20, 21, something like that.
Looking.
But it's, when they get guys healthy, obviously they don't have Sexton, but I'm talking about this year because of what they have going
forward. Goodwin's gonna form. Like, he's gonna get better.
When you have Garland, who's an all-star starting point guard, and it's a two guard, you're gonna have
against
either
New Orleans
or a four playing. So you're gonna have either one of those guys off the bench. Their bench is about to get even more loaded.
Yeah,
it's about to get even more loaded because, like I said, you're gonna have either LeVert or a core off the bench. Then when Markkanen comes back, he's gonna be back to the three. Their bench it's just got to be better because think of it this way: Rubio was on the bench, but now he's been hurt for about a month. So you literally got rid of him, a guy that was hurt that wasn't playing, and you added somebody. It's like you just picked a guy up for free agency.
Yeah,
it's just like they just
and
added.
Rondo might not get a lot more playing time because of now with LeVert, but it's good to have him there.
Yeah,
he'll still have a role. But it's good to have. Without
that's what I was going to say.
Just imagine if we had Colin Sexton right now. Oh yeah, playoff Rondo is unstoppable. We've seen it with the Lakers. His passing and shooting ability is amazing. It's just amazing.
You've seen it before that too. It's just
that's some of the best I've seen. Besides like Chris Paul, Rondo is a great, tremendous passer. And the fact that Paul and Rondo are still doing what they've been doing at their age, they're like 35, 36. That's just amazing.
Yeah.
Rondo had 12 assists last night. 12. That's just unbelievable. Right
off
there.
The bench.
And he picked it off the bench. Yes. That's just amazing. But, Rondo might get Beast of the Week here soon. But I had to go Allen here because I should have gave it to him after that last game. 29 points and 22 rebounds. Like
yeah, but we were on. That was Friday night.
Yeah.
So
it was pretty good. But we'll see here. We'll cut it short here. I got nothing else here on the Casual Sports Podcast. I've been Matt Morrison here with Mike Wolfgang. We'll see y'all here tomorrow. Have a good day.